Well, it is a new island. Now, I understand why many people were worried when the next Yoshi game was announced. It had new in the title, just like all the other games with that title. But after actually playing Yoshi's New Island, my fears were put at ease. With that said, let's move on to the review. Yoshi's New Island starts off right at the end of the original Yoshi's Island, with the stork dropping off the two baby brothers at their new parents' home. But in a shocking turn of events, the stork messed up. After realizing his error, he rushes off with the babies to deliver them to their actual parents. Halfway through his endeavor though, he encounters Kamek and his minions who are once again trying to steal the baby Mario brothers. During this struggle, Luigi is once again kidnapped, and baby Mario falls into the new home of the Yoshis, Egg Island. During all this though, the Yoshis of Egg Island have been constantly bullied by baby Bowser, as he's made Egg Island his new vacation home. When Mario gently parachutes into the circle of Yoshis, they realize that he can sense his brother's location. So the Yoshis once again carry baby Mario so he can be reunited with his brother, and so they can put an end to Bowser's vacation home tyranny once and for all. Yeah, it's not the most engaging story, and the writing isn't the best, but the gameplay is where this game really makes me enjoy it. Now, despite what many people on the internet say, the game's good. Like, almost as fun as Yoshi's story good. Yoshi has all his standard moves like running, jumping, flutter jumping, eating enemies to create eggs, throwing said eggs, and all his other abilities also. Everything feels very responsive and were never a struggle to actually control. All deaths are due to player error. None of the level design is cheap, but one wrong move of the circle pad and the ground pound could lead you to your death. With that said though, dying is never really going to be a problem, as you can find yourself with around 80 lives by the end of World 1. The game has 6 worlds in total, each with 8 levels and a secret 9th level in each. Also many missions after collecting a certain amount of medals in a world. These medals can be obtained by getting all 5 flowers in each level and landing on a flower at the end of the goal wreath. You almost never land on them though, trust me, I tried it. Speaking of flowers though, there are 3 types of collectibles in each level: stars, red coins, and the aforementioned flowers. And like the original, stars are the only collectible with any significance in levels. When Yoshi takes damage, baby Mario gets trapped in a bubble, and the infamous "Oh my gosh, make it stop!" noise starts to sound. In the top right corner, there's a timer showing how much time you have left to actually grab baby Mario before Kamek takes him and you lose life. The stars will actually make the time on the counter increase, thus letting you have a bit more time to get Mario back. Also, you need to not get hit if you want to get all the stars in the level. And while nothing I've said is necessary, it gives you a personal challenge that many people overlook. Even with all that said, the game will never provide a challenge flat out. The platforming is very simple on its own, and again, the only way you have to die is through player error. But if you only play the game that way, you'd be best off playing the original instead. Yoshi's New Island is about finding secrets and collecting everything in the game, and that's where the challenging aspect comes into play. Jumping across any trench is a simple task, but when you have to jump across that trench again and see a cloud that you need to aim at, put a few hazards in between you and said cloud, and now the game gets a bit tricky, doesn't it? If by the end, you thought the game was too easy, complete the special stages. I dare ya. Now I know what you're thinking, that's all good and stuff, but what about the new in Yoshi's New Island? Thankfully, there are a few new things added to Yoshi's New Island. Peppered throughout one level in the entire game are a few puzzle rooms in which you need to trick a false Yoshi to fall into a pit of spikes. These rooms are one of my favorite parts of the game, as they make you think and use precise platforming. And by far one of my favorite levels in the game. I just wish it wasn't a one-trick pony. The most obvious new thing about Yoshi's New Island are the Mega Egg Dozers. The Egg Dozers come in 2 varieties, Metal Egg Dozers and Normal Egg Dozers. Metal Egg Dozers change how Yoshi plays. His jumps are shorter, but in various underwater sections, he can actually swim, as before, his buoyancy would have him lie near the top of the water. And Normal Egg Dozers are giant eggs. Considering their size, they don't play a big role in the game, and they don't appear that often either. Nor do they really shake up the gameplay as much as I would have liked to see. There's also a brand new super guide. Yay! If you die too many times, the game hates you and gives you an infinite flutter. Thankfully, it's all optional, but I do know it will upset some fans. What bothers me though, is that there's a super guide for the super guide. If you die even once with the normal flutter wing, just once, you will be given the golden flutter wing, which makes you invulnerable. I don't get it, but if you have to use it, I forgive you. On a slightly better note, transformations make a return. 6 in total, with 2 returning and 4 new ones. Instead of being a normal part of the level though, you enter special doors which transform you into the specified vehicle. What I actually dislike about them though, and is bar none my least favorite part of the gameplay, they're gyro controlled. That's right, you have to tilt the 3DS up, down, left, right, forwards, backwards just to complete a single section of the level. The only 2 that I actually got enjoyment out of were the bobsled and the minecart, only because you only had to tilt them left and right, and because they played pretty much the same. But why are they gyro controlled? Why is that necessary? Can I just have the option to change it to the control pad? Why isn't it in 3D? But now, my ranting is over. One final thing to touch on is the local multiplayer. There are 6 games in total, each ranging from a variety of Yoshi abilities. They're all fun in their own right, but each game doesn't last that long and I never saw a reason to actually come back to them. Overall, the gameplay of Yoshi's Island is good, but it's peppered with a few problems which could have easily been fixed, and a few neat mechanics that I would have liked to have been expanded upon. Well, finally, let's go on to the presentation. The most controversial thing about this entire game is the new art style. Choosing this look instead of the original's crayon drawn look was the thing that had everyone in an uproar. And what do I think of it? I actually really like it. It may not be as charming as the original, but just looking at it on screen right now and comparing it in person, the game needs to be seen in person before actually judging the style fairly. The music is another story. While there are a handful of tracks that I like better than even some of the Super Nintendo tracks, most of them are just bad and can hurt your ears. It has very little variety in a similar case to Bust Move universe, except whoever thought that this was a passable re-rendition of this should really think again. Oddly enough, I did like some of the bad tracks. Like this one, for example. Don't ask why, I just thought it was pretty funny to listen to. In the end, Yoshi's New Island is just that. A new island. Nothing felt that new, but then again, the series doesn't need to be groundbreaking every time a new game is released. Sure, a lot of the music isn't great, and the gyro controls feel a bit tacked on, but overall, it's a good game. Nothing great, but nothing bad either. If you don't go in expecting it to be the original, then there is enjoyment to be had. Even with that said though, I can't justify the $40 price tag. You'd be best off waiting for a price drop. Yoshi's New Island gets a 7.5 out of 10.